Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Shazliana Arisha binti Shamsuddin and my metric number is 216736. So now I'd like to give a comprehensive snapshot of our company which called Leafy Loop. So Leafy Loop is an eco-friendly packaging company based in Shah Alam, Malaysia, and we specialize in sustainable packaging solution tailored to the needs of e-commerce brands. So our product line includes biodegradable mailers, compostable boxes, and recycled filler material. So we are a tight-knit team of 25 passionate individuals, all working together to make sustainable shipping accessible and impactful. So here's how we are structured. 15 employees in production, where they handle cutting, printing, and packing, and 5 in logistics, where they're overseeing inventory and shipping, and also 5 in administration and sales, where they drive customer relation and business growth. At the heart of Leafy Loop are 3 core values, where the first one is sustainability, where every product we make aims to minimize environmental harm, and secondly is innovation, where we are always looking for better, greener ways to package and ship, and lastly is empowering small businesses, where we believe small sellers can lead big change and we are here to support them. Like any growing company, we face a few key challenges, where the first one is lack of standardized quality checks that has led to inconsistencies in product thickness and durability. And the second one is supply chain disruption have caused fluctuations in material quality and availability. Next is some of our packaging doesn't fully compose in real world conditions, which can undermine customer trust. And next is we have no formal documentation of our production or business processes. And there is currently no internal training system or sustainability reporting framework. Lastly, our employees feel unclear on long-term company goals beyond our general mission of being green.
This, I will continue about what are we analyzing. So to begin, here is an overview of the core areas we are analyzing as part of our ISO 9001 and also ISO 14001 assessment. These includes leadership objective, risk and opportunity management, processes and documentation, monitoring and improvement, legal and environmental impact. We are aligning our review with the standard of ISO 9001 for quality management and also ISO 14001 for environmental management. Each category will reveal how the organization is currently performing and where improvements are. So for ISO 9001, which is the quality management, first one we look at leadership and objective. When looking at leadership and objectives under ISO 9001, we've noted a strong commitment from the founders to the quality. However, there is no written quality policy or measurable strategic objectives in place. What's required going forward is documented quality policy with clear measurable objective. This should be regularly reviewed and effectively communicated to staff to ensure alignment across the organization. The next one is process and documentation. For process and documentation, process currently rely heavily on tribal knowledge, and there is no standards operating procedure or documented workflow. Additionally, there's a lack of version control or traceability to meet the ISO 9001 standards. It's essential to document SOPs for all key processes, where we also needed a document control system with version tracking and traceability mechanism like defect logs to monitor process outcome effectively. The next one is for risk opportunity management, where at the moment issues are addressed reactively and there is no proactive risk planning. To comply with ISO 9001, The organization must identify risks and opportunities early in the process, develop mitigation plans, and review their effectiveness regularly to reduce future disruptions and foster reliance. The next one is for monitor and improvement, where there is no formal KPI in this place. Metrics like defect rates or delivery times are not tracked. Complaints are managed informally, and there is no audit or structured corrective actions process. The goal is to establish key performance indicator and implement monitoring system. Regular internal audits and management reviews should be conducted alongside structures, corrective actions, and root cause analysis for continuous improvements. The next one is for ISO 14001, which is for environmental management. So for leadership and objective, from an environmental standpoint, the founders show a clear concern for sustainability and a policy has been drafted. However, it's not fully embedded into operations or communication effectively. Moving forward, the environmental policy must be robust and well-defined objectives. It should be reviewed regularly and supported by active staff involvement to embed sustainability into everyday practices. Next one is for process and documentation. Currently, waste handling is informal and there are no documented SOPs for environmental controls. Document control is also lacking. To align with ISO 14001, we must develop SOPs for waste management and supplier audits. Environmental documentation should be controlled with clear vision, tracking to ensure consistency and accountability. Next one is for risk and opportunity management. There is no formal register of environmental aspect or risk. This one is for risk and opportunity management. There is no formal register of environmental aspect or risk, and issues are handled only when they arise, such as waste overflow incidents. The ISO 40001 standard requires proactive identification of environmental aspect and risks like carbon emission and waste, and the implementation of mitigation plans through proper assessment. Next one is for monitoring and improvement, where key environmental metrics like CO2 emission and water use are not being tracked. There are also no environmental audits and corrective actions procedure in place. For the next one is for legal and environmental impact. Currently, the company meet basic waste law requirements but lack of formal legal register or environmental impact analysis. To strengthen compliance, a legal register covering all environmental obligations should be established. Additionally, the company should set clear targets for reducing emission and waste and perform regular compliance check to ensure environmental responsibilities.
So, to help Leafy Loop achieve ISO 9001 and ISO 40001 certification within 12 months, we've created a practical and startup-friendly roadmap. The plan is divided into 4 clear phases. In the first 2 months, we focus on building the foundation and will appoint an internal ISO coordinator and bring in a part-timer external ISO consultant for expert support. We will conduct a full gap analysis using ISO 9001 and ISO 40001 checklist. This will help us identify exactly what's missing. Next, we run ISO awareness sessions to get all employees engaged. By the end of this phase, we'll also have draft versions of our quality and environmental policies, plus some initial company-wide objectives. Next, we'll develop and document our core processes. This includes writing standard operating procedures, SOPs, for key areas like production, fulfillment, and waste management. We'll clarify team roles and set up a document control system using Google Drive with version control. At the same time, we'll begin collecting key baseline data such as defect rates, packaging waste per order, and on-time delivery percentages. Once the basics are in place, we move into monitoring and culture building. We'll hold monthly reviews of our quality and environmental metrics and train supervisors to run internal audits. Trial audits will help us practice before the real thing. To build team engagement, we'll launch a Green Stars suggestion program, rewarding staff for ideas that improve quality or sustainability. Finally, in the last stage, we'll conduct a full internal audit with support from our consultant. Any issues will be resolved, and then we'll apply for the official ISO certification audit. We'll also celebrate our progress with a fun Leafy Certified Week to recognize the team's effort and keep motivation high. To make this plan work, we'll need the right people, tools, and budget. 4 people will assign one internal ISO coordinator and hire an external consultant for 2 days per month. All employees will participate in training sessions. For technology, we'll use Trello or Notion for SOP tracking, Google Drive for documentation, and Google Sheets to create live dashboards for KPIs. And lastly, training budget, we're allocating around 12,000 ringgit for training workshops, templates, and also audit tools.
Okay, so to ensure the Leafy Loops smooth transition to ISO standards and a more sustainable future, we'll be leveraging several key tools. These are just focusing on the theoretical concept, but they are practical methods that will be guide for our actions for every step of the way. First, for the continuous improvement of all our process, we will use the PDCA cycle: plan, do, check, act. So this iterative approach will ensure that we constantly evaluating and refining how we work. So to gain a clear understanding of our current position, we will conduct a SWOT analysis. So this will help us identify our internal strength and weakness as well as external opportunities um, and potential risks, allowing us to strategize effectively. Visualizing our workflows is very crucial. So the process maps will provide a clear visual flow of the key activities from order fulfillment to the supplier checks. So this will help us to identify bottlenecks and areas for optimizations. So when issue arise, particularly with product quality, we will use fishbone diagrams, also known as Ishikawa diagrams. So this tool will help us conduct through root cause analysis for any product's defects, ensuring that we address the underlying issues, not just the system. So finally, under ISO 14001, ensuring the compliance with environmental regulations is a paramount. So our legal register will be living document that can help us to stay informed and accountable to all relevant legal requirements. So these tools working together will provide a structured and a systematic approach to implementing our quality and environmental management systems, driving us towards our goals of certification and a truly sustainable operation. Okay, so at our company, sustainability isn't just a buzzword. It's a very foundation of what we do. So our environmental promise is built on the 3 pillars. So first, it starts with our products. So we are deeply committed to providing a truly eco-friendly packaging. This means we don't just talk about being green, and we actively prioritize sustainably source and recycle materials in everything that we create. So, but we believe in minimizing our environmental footprint right from the beginning. It can ensure that our packaging choices are responsible and have a positive impact. So our commitment doesn't stop at our materials. So we believe in constant progress. That's why we are focused on driving a continuous improvement. So we actively monitor our environmental performance, set clear and measurable objective, and most importantly, mm, we engage our entire team in this journey. So we foster a culture where everyone is empowered to contribute to a greener future through innovation um, and better practices. Okay. Finally, we look beyond the immediate use of of our packaging. So we are deeply invested in the concept of a circular economy. This means we design our biodegradable and compostable product not just to protect goods, but to break down safely and effectively after we use. So we aim to reduce the waste and contribute to a system where resources are valued and reused, extending the life cycle of our materials far beyond of the point of sale. So for our company, sustainability is not just a feature, it's our core. So it's in our products, our process, and our vision for a more environmentally responsible future.